Hi, nice to
Bettina.
see you.
Hi, Bettina.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you for coming. We're looking forward to showing you our garden.
That's great. I'm looking forward to seeing what we've got inside. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to see.
Well, we have a garden with some old materials mixed with your more modern materials. We have what is obviously a small space, but we've gotten the most out of it, I think. And we have done a themed garden, but still had a lot of fun with it.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Well, come on in.
Excellent. So you've just walked us into this beautiful garden that really was the garden that wasn't. This was just sloping land. It wasn't even a garden space. What was it that you had here before?
Literally nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was just turf and that was all. So we needed to do a lot of work to be able to create what we've got here now.
So it's a lot of excavation work to get this right. What was involved with that?
A lot of big machines relative to the sized area and removal of a lot of material.
But worth it. You get that groundwork right and you've created this incredible space.
Yes.
But now that you've got this amazing space, you've divided it up into separate zones.
We have. We've tried to separate it into a seating area where you can enjoy the garden, but there's also thoroughfare areas as well as you walk through the garden towards the front door.
Well, you do. As you come from the street that has such a beautiful frame for the garden and the front of the house, it's a really lovely way to enter. So whose design work was that?
Yeah, Donna. This was her baby.
Well done, Donna.
Thank
It's a
you.
beautiful baby.
Thank you.
One of the tricks we can all use, whether your garden is big or small, or whether your budget is big or small, is that you design from the inside out and the outside in. Divide up the garden, use your spaces, create the design you want, but then take a step inside and see what the view is looking outside. See how you'll be able to create that indoor-outdoor feel from inside as well, and you'll end up with an even better result every time. I'm a huge fan of the sandstone. I just love it. But this looks more like art than sandstone. Is that a product you like working with?
Absolutely. It is one of my favourites. The quarry is only about 2 hours drive from here. We drive there and handpick every rock and bring them back. And,
wow.
Yeah, and hand shape everyone. Old techniques. Yep. So the old techniques were alive.
It really is like a piece of art, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But then you've got the art of that, and then you've got this amazing sculptural tree behind us, which is beautiful.
Yeah, the Xanthoria, there's a bit of a story behind that one. That comes from Stradbroke Island, which is not far from here. It was rescued from the mining projects there. Yep.
Wow. So now you've taken it from a garden space to be a beautiful space, to be a work of art. Now it's like an art gallery because you've got a sculptural piece here that's got its own story as well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Living art.
It's a great result. One of the lessons that we can take from this garden is to not be afraid to use different elements, like the use of the synthetic grass. It's been used in small spaces here that would otherwise be hard to maintain, and it softens the whole look and keeps the whole garden looking manicured the whole year round. So you're a landscaping company. Day in, day out, you work with plants, you work with grasses, you work with trees, different species, and I look around and I see artificial grass.
Guilty as charged. That was more of a maintenance thing. It's a really good way of opening a garden up without using hard elements like concrete and gravel.
Right.
And there's no maintenance.
I guess that's one of the tricks in really delivering a great landscaping project, is understanding that there's a lot of people that would love a beautiful garden, but there's a certain amount of them that don't want to be gardeners.
No.
Definitely. It's all part of the process. We need to find out what people's capabilities are and their time. People are busy, so we need to design the gardens around that.
I love working with the sandstone. You get so many different colours and textures through it, but I can see in contrast you've got these dark pebbles as well. They work beautifully, yet at the same time sort of stand out from them. Is that part of the design element?
It is a design element for aesthetics, but it does serve a dual purpose. There's quite a complex drainage system here to allow for Queensland storms, and the gravel make a very neat way of making the drains pretty.
each state and each area has its own needs and requirements, and drainage and certainly in this Brisbane area is got to be something that you factor into the build, isn't it?
Absolutely. Paramount importance.
Right. You've got this amazing skill that you bring to these gardens. What's a tip you can give our viewers that'll help them on the road to creating something like this?
Have a clear idea of where you want to go, but don't be afraid to bring in different colours and textures and just have fun with it.
When you've got a garden like this, it's not so big, but you've still got a lot of the excavation work. What kind of budget are we talking about?
The budgets really do vary for courtyard gardens, but a garden like this one, because there was that immense amount of work in setting the stage, if you like, so on a garden like this one, it's about $100,000.
Sounds like a lot of money, but I can see where so much has got into creating the space, and every corner of this garden has been detailed and thought, and no stone's been left unturned on this one.
Not a single one.
So how do you love using this space? How do you live in this space?
We enjoy it every day. It's a place for us to wind down at the end of a work day, where we enjoy a coffee in the garden, and it's also a family garden. Our children really enjoy playing in the garden as well, so it has lots of purposes.
It is a beautiful space here. I can really imagine having a coffee here. It would be a beautiful thing to do at the end of the day.
Would you like to?
Oh, I'd love that.
Let's go.
Now, this garden may have come with a healthy budget for the space, but if half of that would have been spent on creating this beautiful garden anyway, consider how much it'd cost to add another room to your house. And that's exactly where the other half of their money was invested, in creating an additional outdoor room. And I think they got great value for